Well, we're here with Jimmy Creten and the Bounty Hunter. Jimmy, another great night for you here in Firebird. High jump contest win and a freestyle win to cap off the night.
You know, we love coming down here and competing at Firebird. I mean, I really originally wasn't supposed to be here. Frankie says, from Firebird, says, Jimmy, I need you down here. I mean, we had to pull some tricks off to get here because my bounty hunter's in Canada right now, and I was just in Montreal headed for Red Deer, Alberta. And this truck is actually the Scarlet Bandit truck with a bounty hunter body on it, and it was just over in Fresno with Darren. And so Darren brought it here. He caught a plane to Canada, and I caught one down here. But, you know, we've been coming here for years, and we couldn't let the fans down here in Arizona. So I was glad that everything performed pretty well.
Well, Montreal to Canada, you know, down to Phoenix, Arizona, that is quite the haul. But talk about that high jump out there. You launched Bounty Hunter into orbit out there.
Well, you know, I'm not sure it's the biggest jump I've done here on that ramp. About 5 years ago, Dan Runte and I hit that jump, and it might have been longer than that. It might have been 7 or 8 years ago. I mean, I actually had time to think about things and think about even other things, and I kept bracing myself to land, and it wouldn't, and I kept I braced myself again. I'm thinking, oh man, this is going to hurt, and we folded up 3 wheels that time. I think we had a little longer run though, okay. So that's why we may have caught a little more height before, and I'm not sure if that's the same K-rail, you know, but anyway. We backed up as far as I thought I could. Didn't really know what was behind me because when we got our gear on, we can't turn back. And I know there was some trucks kind of off to the side, and there's a wall back there. So we backed up a little farther than everybody else did, and we just went for it. But I was watching everybody go, and the trucks were flying really nice, and everybody was hitting it nice and straight. So I figured if I could do the same, we could put a pretty good jump together.
Well, it really was, and then in freestyle, you just had everything working out there. They didn't really leave you much to work with as far as the sets go, but momentum, donuts, everything.
Well, yeah, you know, you hope for the best. I watched everybody go. You know, the Avenger Brutus truck. Why they have so much problems. They're wide wheelbase. They have lockers in the front end. They have a hard time turning around, even though they're absolutely great freestyle trucks. Dan had it going on out there. He was putting some good freestyle stuff down there. But this truck right here was wanting to wheelie really good, and we were catching some pretty good air off the first jump, and we were catching the donuts. You know, there again, we have an open diff in the front. We were able to get her to slide around, whereas Dan might have been fighting a little bit with that limited slip. So anyway, we were able to put it together, and it felt really good on this track. Actually felt better. This truck felt a lot better than my truck did in the past.
Well, that's Jimmy Creten with Bounty Hunter. He had one heck of a night here in Firebird, and we're doing it again tomorrow.
This is Dwayne Harksville with Firebird Raceway, and you've been watching the NAPA Auto Parts Monster Truck Nationals at Firebird Raceway on TMB TV.
Well, one of the great things you always see here at the Firebird Monster Truck Nationals is Ed the Outlaw Jones with his Jelly Belly wheel stander. Tell us about this wild machine.
Well, thanks for coming over, talking to us and that. We enjoy this. We got the Jelly Belly wheel stander. We've been doing this. This will be going on 33 years now, starting 34 in June. And my wife and I and the kids traveled for a number of years, and now Wendy and my wife travel together now, and we travel all over the country. We've been with Jelly Belly going on 7 years now, and great company. We're just having a good time out here. We're going to be out here in a little while. I guess as soon as we get ready for the monster trucks, they're going to be out there too. We'll be just before them, so we're going to go out. We're going to put on a little show. We'll go out and do some wheel stands down the full quarter mile. And then we'll shoot some flames out, and when we shoot the flames out, naturally we put the Jelly Belly candy flavor in there so you can smell it, and then we get back, and then we throw out a lot of Jelly Bellies to all the people out in the stands.
Well, that's great that you guys take such great care of your sponsor. Tell us how you got into wheel standing and what kind of different things you do to the dragster to make it stand up all the way down the drag strip.
Well, the cars, I started 33 years ago. I got this kind of a wild whim and went back to a guy back in Ohio, and we ended up with the Stagecoach back there. He had the Stagecoach built. So we went back there, met with Tommy Maris, who owned the car, and we bought it from him. I took Wendy's profit sharing, cashed it in, my life insurance policy, and borrowed money from my dad, and we bought the car. And then we started with that. So the cars are basically designed for wheel stands, and naturally the motors sit in the back. But the weight, you know, everybody thinks that the front ends are really light on these. These cars weigh about 3,000 pounds, and there's about 1,000 pounds on the front end. We have to have so much weight out on the front to help control the car. It'll be like a big old ball on the end of its stick there and that. So, and then when it's up in the air, we're going down the track, we steer it with steering brakes. And naturally, we hold the steering wheel straight so it doesn't turn when coming down. And then we go down. I have gone 982, 132 miles an hour before.
Wow. With the wheels standing up.
Wheels standing all the way. In fact, it was right here at Firebird.
Well, that's pretty cool. And you mentioned earlier about that Jelly Belly flavor you put in there to make the smell. How do you guys do that?
Well, when you're sponsored by a candy company such as Jelly Belly, we put the sizzling cinnamon in there. So when we go out there and the flames are burning out of the bag, actually it's burning the special mixture we make plus the sizzling cinnamon flavor.
Well, that's Ed the Outlaw Jones with the Jelly Belly wheel stander. He's going to be putting on a show here in Firebird, and that's coming up right before Monster Trucks.